Hi, I'm Lauren Meffin, speech pathologist, lymphedema therapist, and owner of Wildflower Therapy here in Gainesville. How do I obtain authorization for United Healthcare Medicaid in Florida speech therapy treatments? So you followed our video in which you obtained the primary authorization through the primary care referral and the A number for the evaluation only. Now you need treatment. For treatment, it is different. You, as the therapy clinic, will obtain this authorization, and you will obtain this authorization through uhcprovider.com. You will send in and upload your signed plan of care, the referral, and then your request will be reviewed by another speech pathologist or occupational therapist reviewer. You will be allotted a certain number of visits. Now, UHC Medicaid is billed a little bit differently in the speech world than the rest of speech 92507. UHC Medicaid is going to give you a certain number of visits in a period of time. Medicaid rules state a few things. A plan of care is good for 6 months. That does not mean that UHC Medicaid will approve your clinic for 6 months of visits. You can be hopeful, and you may be, depending on the severity of the child, but UHC Medicaid may give you, for example, 36 visits. Now, what they don't do is they don't give you a time limit. So 36 visits across a 6-month plan of care, let's say January 1st to June 1st, once a week. We're going to do math very simple. I want to see my child 1 time a week, but my plan of care reads 2 times a week. If I want to see my child 1 time a week, that means I will utilize 24 visits. I need to explain why am I not adhering to the plan of care to 2 times a week. Most commonly, parents live far away, they can't travel to the clinic twice a week, etc. It needs to be the responsibility typically of the patient as to why that plan of care is not being followed. Secondly, United Healthcare Medicaid has only approved 36 visits in total. So if I follow that 2 times a week, and now I'm adhering to 48 visits in a 6-month plan of care, guess what happens? Well, 48 visits is going to be more than what I was approved for. So I'm going to have some unpaid visits, okay? So if you think about what do you do to kind of strategize as a clinic, I recommend a few things. United Healthcare treatment authorizations are obtained through the uhcprovider.com portal. Look at the number of visits. Once you look at the number of visits that your clinic was approved for, discuss that with the parent. Your child's insurance approved you for 36 visits. We have X number of weeks to do it. Maybe you only have 24 weeks. Maybe you only have 12 weeks. UHC Medicaid does what's best from that therapist reviewer standpoint to your clinic. You, as the therapist in your clinic, do not get to decide. The reviewer decides, okay? Now, once you have those visits scheduled, how do you bill them? A UHC Medicaid is billed as a 92507 Medicaid units with a 59 modifier. So watch our videos for how to bill. But please note, UHC authorizations are obtained by your clinic, and you can continue to see that child. UHC will often backdate the authorization for 7 days. But one thing to consider is you want a signed plan of care from the physician. So you may desire to wait to schedule those visits if you know you're not going to receive that signed plan of care in time. Okay? I hope this was helpful. It's a ton of information.